amazing that you know the chair I'm supposed to be sitting in.
Why?
Because I always sit in this chair. I was going to try to switch it up all of a sudden, you know? But obviously you're not letting me do that. So, you ready for this?
Do I have an choice?
You gotta speak up now, come on. We don't have money for microphones.
Alright. Stafford, you gotta like step it out.
Oh my God, step it up, man. You got your big voice on. Alright, you know why you're here? Yeah, you know why you're here.
No.
Why are we here?
I don't know, you tell me.
Well, I don't see you that much, so this is... Okay, calm down. Especially since it's hard to reach you because you don't respond.
I do respond.
Yeah, by carrier pigeon? Take you 3 days for a text.
It takes like seconds.
Yeah, it should take seconds.
Alright, whatever. Point is, I'm here.
Well, yeah, so you ready? You ready for what's happening for you in a few months?
What? No.
Graduating?
No.
Becoming a big girl? Go out in the real world?
No. I'm not ready.
What do you think is going to be what's the biggest thing that you're worried about? Because of that?
Finding a job.
A real job.
A real job. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
it's freaking.
Yeah, you don't.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's
no.
not talk about that, but yeah.
Well, it's always a good step in the right direction.
Yeah, but I don't.
And you step
I don't
off your
see
couch.
myself yeah. I mean, it's not like I was always at home doing nothing.
Oh yeah, no, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's always better to go out there and try to go for something bigger. You know, I actually was told that I'm too much of a go-getter.
Is that bad? Why is that bad?
First of all, did you think that I was a go-getter? Did I seem like a go-getter?
No, not really.
I see like a person do their job, right? I just thought.
Why he or she said that you're a go-getter?
Because every time, from what it sounds like, I get annoyed at things not being finished. And then I go out my way to do it, and I have a deadly focus on it.
Well, I don't know that much, but judging like when we used to work together, yeah.
I had a deadly focus.
Not the focus part, just like
No,
when
it's
you
scary.
didn't see that something wasn't done, you would just do it yourself.
But is that a bad thing?
Probably.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah, I mean,
Because they'll like,
I have nobody in my life. I know what you're saying. Yeah, I mean, I go home, cry myself to sleep. That's what you're trying to tell me.
sounds like a personal problem.
That's probably what it
That's
is.
for another.
That's probably why she said it was a bad thing. It's like it turned into a personal problem. Instead, I was like, it's not. Yes, it is. I'm a figment of your imagination. I'm like, no.
No, it's probably because like people might take advantage of you. They see that you just get it done for them.
Let's not go into that. That might open up some things that we should talk about.
But that's
Let's just say maybe that has happened.
exactly. That's why it's bad.
Exactly. So I mean, but you know, you'll be good with that. I mean, I think the biggest thing was when you told me you were a communications major and you didn't speak for like a whole month before that. I was like, oh, what you doing for communications? I was like, oh hell no.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm not gonna. Yeah.
but I think it's also for you. It's tougher to talk.
I mean, I'm doing it because that's the person I want to be.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to be like more. I want to communicate with people.
And
know
you
how to carry on a conversation.
You
And
can do
that's
that.
what I want to do, but
Yeah.
I know that I'm not a pro at it.
Yeah, nobody off the top of their heads are pros. I mean, they are, but sometimes it gets to their head.
Like some people are just naturally like talkative.
Yeah.
They could carry on conversations. I'm not like that, but that's who I want to be, and that's why I'm a communications major.
Yeah, and you get there because you know other things, so you just have to like let people know you know those things. So,
Yeah.
but that's down the line. I know you got your resume out there.
Yeah.
I know we had
Yeah.
somebody checked it out for you. They ripped it up to shreds.
You never replied.
He's still okay. I'll get on him about that too.
You sent him an email again?
I'll just go call him. You know, I know. But we're going to get that email out there for you. We're going to get you out there already, you know, that way, you know. And like I said, if you can, get the hell out of New York.
I'm trying. Well, I need a job first.
Well,
I'm not
yeah,
gonna like work in this damn job and then and then move somewhere else. Like I'm not gonna have money. I'm not gonna be homeless in another state.
You don't want to live in a van by the river of like California?
So I could die?
That's what happened to Chris Pratt.
Who's that?
Chris Pratt. He's Chris Pratt. He's the Guardians of the Galaxy guy.
Oh, I haven't seen that movie.
But you like that movie. You like that movie.
I tried watching it, but I was like, this isn't like my type of movie.
Really?
Yeah.
I think what helped me.
I saw like
the preview. No, we gotta see the movie.
I saw the beginning credits.
Okay, we have to
That's
see the
as far as
movie.
I could.
We have to see the movie, and you need to listen to the music
Okay.
because the music literally drives that movie. But
Is it supposed to be like funny or something?
yeah, and that's how they are in the books too, by the way.
Is it like X-Men? Like they have like that funny comedy element?
No, it's funnier than X-Men.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's funny.
So it's
It's like
intended to be funny.
yes, it's not like that's a weird humor joke. No, it's like you an idiot for saying that.
Okay.
So-
I have to watch it.
So, you know, we're going down this line of entertainment. One thing that we always talked about with you, that we always complain about, and I shouldn't say complain, because there's some of the things that you helped show me some of these things, was reality television.
Okay.
Now, there's a huge age gap between us. I say huge because y'all love to tell me that I'm old.
Mad.
God damn it. But I'm stronger than y'all. I should go into the Chun story.
That's debatable.
What?
Do you see that? That's what I have to deal with every time. I see
You don't
that.
work here anymore.
But when I do.
Oh, well, anyway, that's debatable.
Anyway, that was like 3 years of that.
But it
I had, like,
got you
really
sharp.
good-
It got you sharpened. Iron sharpens iron. That's what I'm saying. But reality television, we used to always complain and nitpick about reality television.
Oh yeah.
And we're not going to the big subject, the subject that you think I'm going to talk to. But let's go about how you consumed reality television on a slow day. It turned to Crystal Television Network, and you had it. Oh, I'm going to watch this thing, and then followed by this, and then it ends off with this.
Because we literally didn't do anything. What was I gonna do with my time? I tried that, what was that language website? Mango language, something like that.
Okay, I know what you're talking about.
That didn't work out. I only learned like 2 words out of that whole session. So I was like, F this.
But
And then it popped in my head that I needed to catch up on some shows. And then so I started watching them.
I just remember you were watching Kardashians and then followed by Cake Boss, and I was just like, wait, what?
I love Cake Boss, like things like that.
I don't think you can hate Cake Boss though.
Exactly.
That one I can, but you know the big one.
I love it.
You know the big one.
All right.
It's the Kardashians, and I can never understand it. And it's not the fact of you watching it.
Mm-hmm.
It
It's
was-
just the show itself.
I think it was just a combination of the both, of people watching the show about nothing. And I know everybody always talks about Seinfeld as being a show about nothing.
I didn't watch Seinfeld.
Yeah, me either. There
Okay.
was any black people. I was like, oh, all of New York, you can't find a minority, huh? All right, click.
It's like How I Met Your Mother.
Oh,
I love that show. I love that show.
that man was talking to those kids for 10 years
About their mother.
and then he went and go bake their eye.
For real.
What the hell?
It's more about like
Hey, I brought the trombone, you know what that mean, girl. Like, ew. Like, oh. Like these kids didn't say, Dad, no, don't. You want to bring a trombone to say that you want to bang our aunt? You sicko?
Right.
Why don't you
AKA their stepmom.
Yeah, why don't you Urban Dictionary that, you psychopath? Oh. God damn it. But it's just more of the amount of reality shows. So when I used to complain about the whole Kardashian thing,
Mm-hmm.
it was just the fact of me not understanding it. Now,
Understanding what? The show
The
or
show.
like reality TV in general?
I would say first the show, but we can say generally is reality television now, as it is kind of scripted.
Definitely scripted.
And I think badly written. Because I found out it was actually written to a point.
Yeah.
So what was the appeal for this show? I just never understood. Like I'm not
From the
before,
beginning, or
yeah,
just
from the
like-
beginning.
okay.
But I will preface this by saying I did watch some shows of Kardashians because I don't like to go into things.
Episodes or shows?
Let's say episodes. I try to watch an episode here and there. If it was a heavy Bruce Jenner episode, I try to be there for Bruce because he was as confused as me in that show. All right, and I'm glad. All right, I just felt that Bruce was the person that they should have revolved the show around, with him going, "What just happened to me?" And going, I won a gold medal, and everybody's like, "Oh, that's nice, old man." That's what I always felt. But what was the appeal for you?
I don't know. I think it was like the same way I kept watching it. I was bored one time, and then I just decided. I remember like flipping through the channels, and I didn't even know who Kim Kardashian was in the beginning. So it's not like it was because of her I started watching it. It was just like I think at the time, I wasn't really into reality TV. Like that's probably one of the first ones, and it's still one of the only ones that I watch. I don't watch anything else.
So you watch it now, it's mostly because you've been watching it for so long.
Yeah.
And as we know from the news, they have been kind of making headlines, and they still have attention.
Yeah.
And they can grab people's attention. So it is, and you know the backstory of these attention grabs, that, as we would call it, people who don't watch the show, is an attention grabbing on their part. But you know the backstory of these things. So it makes sense for you to watch it. I mean, we used to talk about Robin Big.
I don't know these
Rob
celebrities.
did that, and his
Is that the
bodyguard
guy
Big.
from
Big Black, Boykins. Rob, the skateboarder.
from Ridiculousness?
Yeah.
Okay, that's how I know about it.
Yeah, and Meaty, your dog.
I didn't see this show.
That was the greatest show. It'll make you cry.
Why?
This is
I thought it was
awesome.
funny.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Oh,
the
like-
last episode.
Okay.
They actually had a last episode. Anyway, let's not go into like
Okay.
why giving up on reality television because there's no more Robin Big. But so you followed this. It's pretty much more was for you at first a time waster,
Yeah.
and then you just said, "Hey, I'm in
And
for
then
long
like
haul."
yeah, because they leave you with like a cliffhanger at the end of the season.
At the end of the season, a cliffhanger. Tell me a cliffhanger. This is what
I don't. What was the last one? I have bad memory, so I don't remember. I would have to
That's what we gotta
rewatch
talk
it.
about next time. Your memory issues.
Oh, the one. Okay, so the last season finished, and it talks about. I think it finished when Courtney found out that. What's his name?
Lamar?
No, I said Courtney, not Chloe.
Who?
Courtney.
Kanye?
Oh my God! Shut up.
Who the hell are these people?
Let me think.
Billy?
Oh my God.
Her husband?
Yes, her husband. No, not husband.
Her,
Her boyfriend.
Her baby daddy?
Her baby daddy, yeah. What's his name again?
Generic white guy number 3?
Scott Disick.
It's close.
It finished off with Scott, like she found out that Scott Disick was, I don't know if he was cheating, but you remember the time when, you probably saw it, when he was like photographed with another girl, like really close to each other, and then that's when she decided to like end it. That's why you don't see them together anymore.
She burned his car.
No, she's just like, I can't do it anymore. I think he's an alcoholic.
And then she dried tears from makeup, right?
Oh my God, the way she cries. I know Kim's like cry is a lot funnier, but her cry is like she's trying so hard not to cry. So she grabs the tissue and literally, like right before the teardrop, she catches it with the tissue. Have you ever seen that? Like, she'll be
I just
crying and
know
she's
that
like,
when
I don't know
you would
what's
watch
going on.
it. I just remember when I would come out the office or would walk in, and you would be watching it, and you're just like,
Because I love Scott Disick.
I love those guys.
I
We
love
just
Scott
like, we
Disick.
just look at
He
you
was
like,
so funny. He's
And
what
then-
made the show funny.
and then there'll always be a close up of Kim, and she's just patting.
Oh, that was the time when she was. That was the time. I think when you were making fun of me. That was the time when Kim was divorcing Chris Humphries.
Because she felt so bad for that guy.
I don't even know what happened, but they just.
He got a good career afterwards.
He did.
Kanye ran him out of Brooklyn, and then he went somewhere else, and he still has a pretty good career, and is coming back because he has nothing to do with these people.
I've never heard him after the show.
So that's another good question. Now, speaking of like Chris Humphries, and of course, as we know now, Lamar Odom.
Mm-hmm.
Do you, as a watcher of the show, do you call them reality show celebrities, or do you call them athletes?
Athletes, because they were athletes before.
Okay, because for some reason that's been coming up lately that when Lamar was in
Yeah, didn't they call
Desktop,
him like
The
I think
reality
some
show.
magazine or
yeah,
some news reporter called him celebrity
reality show
reality
yeah.
whatever.
And I'm just wondering that because
And they got like really upset because they were like, no, he was an athlete before the Kardashians.
yeah, which is true. I mean, you got to at least point out that he is an athlete. You know, he was trying to come back and do his career right. Of course, nobody was like trying to be there while he was doing all this stuff. So I just want to point that out. That it's like it's all great to say, oh, we worried about him, but you know.
It's also like
what he was
interesting
doing.
how I watched the show and when he was on it, because I think I'm not too sure. I don't know. I think Chloe and Lamar had their own show, right? I'm not too sure about that, but I think they did have
I
their
think
own
they
show.
had the special for the wedding.
I don't remember.
I know.
But I could have sworn they had their own
I
show.
know you
Anyway,
don't remember.
but anyway, the thing is that he didn't look like an addict back.
Yeah, I mean, so
So when I found out that he was an addict, I was like, oh my god, like why didn't?
one of the things with me asking about the reality show is like we see the whole thing unfolding in the news with him and Chloe.
Yeah.
Chloe? Is it Chloe?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. Why you name all these kids with K? Of course, me and my brother, we have the same name, but you know, that's another story.
And then your dad, and then his dad. And
No,
then his dad's dad.
no, grandfather's name was Arnold.
What about your other grandpa?
I don't know.
Stanford.
No, that was my dad's dad. So,
Wait, did it just say that something about finding another brother whose name was Stafford?
no, we might have this. We might have
anyway,
more. Yeah,
that's personal.
that's more weird stuff. Crazy Jamaicans. But with the whole thing unfolding in the news of her going by his side the whole time and being there the whole time, pretty much, literally looked like she dropped. I don't know what the hell she does. Let's say everything. I think she has no job. I don't think they
In the show, she
do. They
was
have
so
jobs?
awesome.
Do they have jobs?
Yeah. They have gigs, I'd say. Photo shoots. They don't have.
Okay, you ain't got a job. All right, so but
I think
for the
the
benefit
story-
for a benefit of doubt,
Okay.
she dropped everything and she was by this guy's side
Yeah.
the whole time.
Because she has the money to do it. Even if she had a job, she would have still done
Yeah,
it.
that's true. I mean, I'm not saying why. You know, I'm not throwing stones at this. I'm just
Okay.
saying she did do this. I'm
Yeah.
not trying to bag on her about that. She did drop everything for him, and
Which is
we
good.
kind of see this. It's awesome, and we see this whole rekindling of a romance type of deal, and we find out more about them because I thought they were divorced. Actually, honestly, I didn't think they were divorced. I forgot they were married.
I think they were doing the process.
Yes.
And then he didn't want to sign the papers.
Yes. So, and we could go into the whole thing of substance abuse and mental health another
Okay.
time. But but this is more about this whole reality show. I don't think, and I'm just going to skirt around this for a moment. I think it's a very amazing thing to see this as a person who watches news, hearing, no, she's going to be by his side. No, she's still going to be by his side. I could say, oh, well, no, she had to let go if he had all these problems and didn't want help at the time. And now he's at the lowest low and he is getting his help.
Yeah.
And she's trying to be there for him. But for you, as a person who's watched this show and then see this, and it's not a TMZ type of story. This is like somehow a national headline of this guy who has issues and his wife is coming back, and the family is growing together. What do you think, knowing of all the stuff in the background of how they got married, how they dated, and all that stuff?
What do I think about what?
How this is going now for them?
I think it's going great because this makes you just want to watch the next season. They always have things like this, like in between the seasons. Like first it was that Caitlyn Jenner thing, I think, for the past season. That was like one of the biggest talks in that season. Like how they were.
I'll go into that later with you because
Okay.
that kind of blindsided me. I mean, I just was honestly clueless. As we all know, I'm oblivious to things like this.
Yeah, so was I.
No,
I mean,
well, as to other things. but you said it more as a spectator. You said that it's interesting what's happening now because it makes you want to see what's going to happen during the series.
Yeah.
But I'm saying it's interesting as opposed to, I finally turned on the news and I saw a happy ending to a horrible tragedy.
But it's
Or
not a
bad.
happy ending because it hasn't ended yet.
Well, it's better than most endings.
But it's not an ending.
Well,
It's
I should say it's a happy development.
She's probably just with him right now because she wants to help him get better.
But
Once he gets better,
exactly.
she don't know if she's gonna be like, all right, I can't do this again with you. Like, good luck finding help. Or
But they did stop the process
What process?
of the divorce.
Yeah, they did.
So I'm just saying,
But
but you're right. I should say it's a happy to see this type of development in this horrible story.
Mm-hmm.
And you're saying that you can't wait because it's going to be more of a show thing.
That sounds horrible. But yeah.
And I understand. Listen, it does sound horrible. I ain't gonna lie. But I think I understand what you're getting at. You're
But
getting
yeah.
at it's more of a show thing. So you get to see these behind the scenes. You get to hear
Yeah.
how they're feeling.
That's how they keep their viewers.
Yeah.
And that's how they gain viewers.
Yeah, they
So
drug
those-
Lamar Odom and they almost kill him.
Started a whole nother controversy. This whole thing was scripted. They drugged him.
Kanye walked in there with his black leather kilt on and started, and he was like, what? He's like, Kanye, you're right. He's like, and Kim came out of nowhere, sniffed the rag. He's like, whoa. She's like,
Like baby North just walking around.
Northwest is like this. I can only go in one direction. Help me. Why? I can't show you the way. Like, what? Why did you name me for direction? Because
But I feel like now it's grown into people. Like nobody's questioning the name Northwest anymore.
No.
Like they just.
No, they
I
are.
feel like people just
They
get
are.
like
They
used
just.
to the name.
Okay.
Like it was a question.
You
when-
watched this show.
Uh-huh.
You dealt with pregnant Kim.
Mm-hmm.
You dealt with pregnant Kim popping this life form out of her.
Hold on, I gotta think.
How, yes, I want you to think, how did you feel as a viewer of hearing Northwest?
I was like, what the fuck? I was like, why? I honestly, I felt like everybody else, like, I thought they were gonna keep that tradition with the cakes. And then she came out of nowhere and was like, Northwest.
Especially
I thought it was a joke.
Especially when your dad and your mom's names both begin with K.
What's her dad's name?
Kanye.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about,
Bruce?
no, I think you were talking about Kim's real dad.
I think his name begins with K as well. No, it doesn't.
No, it's Rob Kardashian.
Yeah. Well, he gave him the name Kardashian.
Oh wait, Rob is Junior? Oh my god, I might.
What the hell just happened here? She just had some kind of revelation or something. I was like, I don't know.
Rob Kardashian, the brother. The one that nobody talks about.
That's the little chunky one nobody likes, right?
Yeah.
Oh, nobody likes
I used to love him.
No.
Like I still.
No, you don't.
Yes, I did.
No, you don't.
Yes.